So I'm going to play a clip for you that just aired in a second. It's about 4 minutes long. You're going to love this. This is a segment about like how companies are posting more and more 70-hour work week requirements, 90-hour work week requirements. And they're like, oh, the people in the job market, they just refer to us not as people, job seekers. The job seekers in the job market really love it. Oh, they love the transparency. We're just being transparent. We're just being honest about the fact that we want people to work 70 fucking hours a week. And that's what we expect, because when we say we have a full-time job, for some reason, people are thinking that that means 40 hours. No, we mean 70 hours. We're just being transparent, and the job seekers love it. And what they're not talking about at all is how much they pay. What are the benefits? How much time off does a parent get? How many weeks of vacation? What are your health, vision, dental coverages, etc.? Like benefits packages, like none of that was discussed in how transparent these companies are being, just that they're being openly front about demanding 80-hour work weeks as the regular instead of 40. And then they say, this dude, the reporter guy who pretends to have a British accent, says that like, oh yeah, we asked him this question, and then like they cut to his answer. He's mid-talking about like whatever he was talking about prior. So like you know he didn't ask him bullshit. They just prefaced that, and then they let him ramble about something and cut him off abruptly, and they're like, oh, what do you think about that? Anyway, here's the clip. It's 4 minutes. Hold your fucking breath. It's a lot of bullshit in them trying to position this as, oh, it's just being transparent. We're just being transparent in the workforce, and the job seekers fucking love it. No, you're trying to reset the standard work week from 40 to 70. Fuck you.
Ready to grind, don't apply. That's the growing trend, if you can believe it, on job listings that are ditching work-life balance for non-stop hustle. Take a look at this real job posting. It's for a senior engineer position at a speech software company called Rilla. They're urging applicants to not work there if you're not excited about working 70 hours a week in person. We spoke to the CEO of Rilla, who says they've had success in the hiring process.
The problem is when companies are not transparent with people. When they say they have the real expectations, but they don't tell people ahead of time. So then they join, and then everybody's pissed off. the employee's pissed off, the company's pissed off. I'm like, yeah, you didn't align expectations. You should tell people if you're going to do radically different things and you're going to demand a lot of hard work, tell them so that when they join, they're like, yes, this is exactly what I wanted. So because we're very transparent with people, every single person that has been hired at Rilla knows that that's what they're signing up for, and they're self-selecting it. They're literally saying, I love that.
There you go. I'm not surprised that CEO wants 70-hour-a-week employees. Next to me, you're looking at Wall Street Journal reporter Lindsay Ellis. She's reported on this and joins us now to talk about everything. Good morning to you, Lindsay. I hope you've had your coffee. I don't know if you'll be as intense. But why are we seeing more companies advertising as a benefit these grueling hours and intense expectations?
Yeah, I heard a couple of different reasons from companies. I mean, first and foremost, they have a little bit of leverage right now. You know, companies, hiring has slowed over the last few years. They are in a position in many respects to lay off workers, so they can be selective over who they want and who they think would be the best fit for their team. And they can lift the expectations in that context, no longer making overtures to work-life balance or perks or flexible schedules. You know, the other aspect of this, too, is just as the Rilla CEO was saying, if you are very transparent about what you want and what your expectations are, maybe people are not going to apply. That's beneficial for them for a number of reasons. First, they don't want to have to do another job search in 6 or 9 months. That takes a while. That's expensive. And second, you know, you want to maybe whittle down the candidate pool a little bit. It's so easy to apply for jobs these days with sort of the one-click easy apply on LinkedIn or other online forums that kind of saying this is where the bar is might winnow the pool to some degree, making it a little bit easier to sift through from the corporate perspective.
Yeah, transparency, a really important point. We actually asked the Rilla CEO if he thinks this is sustainable, though. Listen to what he said.
Because these people that we hire, they want to work 7 days. They just want to work all the time. They want to be in the office. And I have to be like, hey, I don't care if you're in the office 7 days a week, and if you come in sleep deprived, and then you're less productive at your work because because then that's what's going to produce burnout. And so the way we manage that at Rilla is Number one is we make sure that people are sleeping really well. We make sure that people are eating really well. And we make sure that people are staying really healthy.
So what do you make of that? Is this something job seekers really will respond to?
I think it depends on who you ask, their circumstances, sort of what the market expectation is in their sector. I talked to, one job seeker for this story, but, I think it's a sentiment that's widely held among other job seekers too, that if you're going to work 70 hours a week, you might, you have to get paid for 70 hours a week of work. That, the ratio of work put in to what you get out has to make sense to you there. But I did hear from other job seekers too that there's a real benefit to this transparency, a sentiment of, hey, at least they're being honest about what the expectations are. And I think that would also go a long way for someone who is applying for a job and in that interview process. Yeah,
some people actually want that, as hard as it is to believe. Lindsay Ellis, folks should really look at your reporting for the Wall Street Journal. We appreciate you joining us.
Thank you.
All right, Franks is next with Tony, Nate, and Dana. They're talking about the tariff uncertainty and how traffic at U.S. ports might mean fewer choices when it comes to holiday shopping. This is News.